January 21st, 1976 to October 24th, 2003, we had a commercial supersonic passenger plane called Concord. Today, it takes 7 hours to fly from New York to London. On the Concord, it took about 3 hours and 30 minutes, just under 3 hours if it was record time. A journey that would have taken the Titanic 137 hours had become just barely long enough to watch Titanic while crossing the Atlantic. The Concord came to represent class, style, and the miracle of engineering. Here's a normal plane landing, and here's the Concord landing. Which one are you looking at? With Concord, we all looked up and pointed, and then in 2003, it stopped. We had commercial supersonic flight and just let it go. Why? Why did the Concord become a museum exhibit? This is the Smithsonian's Concord, and the curator who got it flew on it, too.
I did see, the color of the sky at 60,000 feet. It's this most gorgeous, deep, deep purple.
How did a breakthrough become a piece of memorabilia? The answer says something about how innovation really sticks, and it's complicated.
I've got a personal interest in the SST, and I'd like to tell you about it.
SST equals supersonic transport, any transportation that's faster than the speed of sound. It became a dream after Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier in 1947, and a technological race in the 1950s and 1960s combined Cold War competition with a classic mid-century faith in engineering. Americans, Russians, and the British and French governments dumped hundreds of millions of dollars into supersonic R&D. Think rooms full of engineers in short sleeves and ties. The then Seattle-based Boeing won the American design contract in 1967. That's where a certain basketball team got its original name. But development stopped after a 1971 funding cut. Russia's effort, the Tupolev Tu-144, flew, but it was grounded after an extraordinarily spotty record over just 55 flights. But there was a winner.
Concord, the paper dart jetliner conceived jointly by Britain and France to shrink the world and cut air journey times in half.
From the beginning, Concord was a marvel of design. It wasn't designed with computers, but through math and trial and error. They had to innovate constantly to make a supersonic passenger plane possible.
The airplane needed to be very long and narrow to go supersonically comfortably.
And the paint was twice as reflective as other jets, just to compensate for the heat from air friction.
Because you're traveling at Mach 2, twice the speed of sound, even though you're at 60,000 feet, the airframe would actually heat up dramatically. So I actually, touched the window. It wasn't warm, it was hot.
Fuel flowed around the plane during flight to adjusted center of gravity for takeoff, cruising, and landing.
So these pumps are working the whole flight, but you can't tell.
But it was the beautiful wing that distinguished the Concord for its greatest fans.
It's a delta wing, but it's called an ogival delta wing because of its unique shape.
Delta because it was triangular, like the Greek delta. Ogival to reference its curve. The delta wing helped the Concord get lift at takeoff and limit drag while in flight. The rest of the plane compensated.
The one compromise in it required the aircraft to have a very high angle of attack on takeoff and landing.
Since pilots couldn't see out of the plane because of angled landing, engineers put together a solution.
The Concord featured a droop snoot.
Droop snoot?